You underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Resistance, here to wish you all a happy holiday. Heck, I'm just gonna say it. Merry Christmas from the Resistance. And if you're watching this, you are the Resistance. And today I want to talk about activism. More specifically, what it means to be an activist. Now, we all would agree that we are fighting for a better world, that we do what we do for the betterment of humanity. Would I be incorrect in assuming so? Would I be correct to assume this? I would hope so. Because here's the thing. Given the holiday season, I've been giving this a lot of thought. And the thought is caring for others, doing for others. Basically, what does it mean to be an activist? It's to put the world first, to make this world a better place. But how many of us who profess to be activists are really actually involved in activism? You know, and I don't mean this as a part-time thing or when it's convenient, but legitimate activism every day. You live, breathe, eat, sleep, activism. Your driving force is to make this world a better place. Now, granted, there are varying levels of this, but here's what I'm getting at here. To be an activist, we can't be selfish. We're not out for our own needs, but the needs of humanity. But in retrospect, how many of us are actually out there trying to make the world a better place? Yeah, we're active on social media, and we show up to protests and demonstrations like the Million Mass March, the Bundy Ranch, the pipeline, so on and so forth. But what about when the cameras are off? What are we doing then? What are we doing when we're not taking to social media about our reservations? What happens when we're not at a protest? What happens when we see a homeless person on the street, or we hear about somebody in need? And I'm not talking like monetarily even. I mean, sometimes that does play a factor. But, what if somebody just needs help moving, or has a flat tire on the side of the road? How many of us actually stop and take a second glance and decide that they're going to help that person to move, or to fix their flat tire, or to get their car out of the middle of the road when it breaks down? How many of us who profess to be activists actually exercise these things? How many of us actually practice what we preach? Sadly, it seems not too many. For a lot of people, and I'm not attributing this to everybody, because there are people out there like myself who live this, who live to help other people. And to those people, I tip my hat to you. But for everyone else, and especially those who profess to be activists or to care about other people, how many of them actually stop to actually practice what they preach? Like I said, you have hundreds, if not thousands, of people who show up to protests and demonstrations like the Million Mask March, Occupy, the Bundy Ranch, so on and so forth. But what happens when the cameras are off? We just go back to our lives doing what we do, doing our own thing, not really thinking about anybody else. That's really a serious question that we need to ask ourselves. Because if we really believe in what we are saying, we've got to be doers. And it can't just be a part-time thing, because the corrupt that are putting these people out on the streets, the corrupt that are taking away our civil liberties, the corrupt that are robbing people blind to the point where they're losing their homes, it's just, the list goes on and on. The corrupt don't sleep. The corrupt aren't doing this part-time. And as of such, we can't be doing this part-time either. We've got to be full on. Now, I'm not saying give your paycheck to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who comes along with a sob story. But what I am saying is help those when we see that they legitimately need help. Okay? You see all these people on the streets. Yeah, we stop and give them change on occasion, but how many of those people have actually reached out prior to winding up on the street saying, hey, I need help. My family's going to be homeless. You know, how many people stopped to help those people before they fell? I mean, do we only help people after they've fallen on their face? Or shouldn't we try to catch those people when they fall? I mean, more and more I'm seeing that it's just only when it's convenient. And oftentimes things happen when they're least convenient, unfortunately. And sadly enough, that just seems to be the case. Okay, we only help people after they've hit bottom. And sometimes not even then. And it's just show pony nonsense. And we're going, see, we help people. We're touching lives. When that's not the case. It's really sad that we sit there and we go out and do things when the camera's on, but when the cameras are off, we just say, look, we're connecting with people.
Ow! Oh, you see? I connected with you.
No, you did! You hit me in the face!
Wait for it.
I don't know where that clown came from. I don't know what he's doing in my house. Well, I'm going to take care of that. But bottom line, people, let's not be part-time activists. I don't mean to be a prick about this, but if we legitimately believe in our respective causes, then we've got to go at it full force. If we want to make this world a better place, we got to do it full time. Because those who are destroying our world aren't doing it part-time. If we want to help our homeless veterans, we got to help them not only when they're on the street, but before they wind up on the street. If we want to be the charitable, loving society that we are striving for, we've got to be the example. We've got to help the people on the side of the road. We got to help people push their cars out of the road when their cars break down. We've got to be there for one another, or society will fall and we'll wind up in yet another dictatorship, and worst least bit scenario, this world is just going to continue to be a hate-filled, dark place. So let's just try to make it something better. I'm the Tin Man with the Resistance, wishing you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you believe in. And I hope we all strive to do better in 2017 and every year after. I'm the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. Now I'm gonna go get that freaking clown!
Ho ho! You conformists! Don't you know that the answer to anything is...